so fun to drive. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I don't have my Yamaha R6 with me. I only have my NFR Forte and also an Audi R8. So this is my new Audi R8, so I bought a new car. I'm just kidding guys, this is actually not my car. So this is a rented car, and this car was actually rented by one of my subscribers. So shout out to Nico for renting this car, giving me the chance to drive a supercar and also experiencing the feel of driving a supercar in Singapore. And also shout out to Zave, who is the owner of the rental car company called Work Cars, as he has rented us the car at a relatively good price. So actually from far you can already tell this is an Audi R8, and right now let me show you guys why. And let me move further away from the car. So right now I'm about 30 meters away from the Audi R8, and from this distance you can actually tell this is an Audi R8 because of the most iconic side blade at the side of the car, and also the day running Audi headlight, and some of the vents grills at the front bumper and also at the rear bumper. So when the car is sold, it came with the 19-inch dual 10 spokes rim, which is just nice for the car. It's neither too big nor too small. And let me show you the rear bumper. So this is the vents at the rear bumper. So what is at the back of the rim is the Audi 8-port front brake caliper, and I'm sure the braking power is really amazing. So from what I know, there's no modification being done to the car, to the engine or to the performance. It's just some outlook changes like the front lip install, side skirt install, and this is actually not the real carbon fiber lip. These are the carbon fiber printed lip. And earlier I was talking about this side blade, and I'm not sure whether it does serve any purpose for this van. And I believe this is the air inlet where the air will enter through this van and then right into the air box, which is right over here, and then into the engine. So this is the engine bay, and right now I can't wait to drive this Audi R8. Alright guys, so right now I'll be doing a POV driving video. I have my GoPro on my head and I have one more GoPro over there, and this is my second time driving a supercar. So the first supercar that I've driven is the Porsche Boxster with a 2.7 litre V6 engine, and with a V6 engine it really sounds amazing, and it's needless to say for this V8 engine, the sound quality is like music to the ear. So I've been driving the car for the past 20 to 30 minutes. The overall feel is pretty good. The car is very stable and the steering feel is very stiff. And I believe one of the reasons why the car feels so planted around the corners is because of the low center gravity. And one of the reasons why is also because of the coilovers. So this Audi R8 is running on coilovers. So when it comes to coilovers, you guys would think that the ride will be pretty uncomfortable, the ride will be pretty harsh, but these coilovers are being set up to the comfort level. So whenever I'm driving over those bumps and uneven roads, it's not bouncy at all. So earlier when I just got into this Audi R8, I just felt that the design of the interior is pretty dated as compared to the newer model. And I've seen the photos of a newer model Audi R8. The design is much more nicer. So the main difference between the newer model and the older model, which is this Audi R8, is there are more controls buttons on the steering wheel, there are more buttons on the center console, and it's a LCD screen for the instrument cluster. So it's a totally different design for this R8 and the newer R8. So 3 years ago, back in 2008, when the car was brand new, it cost around almost $500,000 for a brand new one. And right now for a used 2008 Audi R8, it costs around $160,000. And for the 2011 model with a 10-year COE, it costs around $220,000 to $230,000. So with a price of $160,000, you can easily buy a brand new entry-level Mercedes or a BMW, and it really depends on what you want and what you need. And the cost of owning a supercar in Singapore is very expensive. The car itself is already very costly, and we haven't factored in the maintenance, the road tax and the insurance. So from what I know, the road tax for this 4.2 litre V8 engine Audi R8, it costs around $4,000 annually, and the insurance will cost you about $3,000, and also depends on your age. The engine feels really torquey, it's very powerful, it's really overkilled on Singapore's road. And I would say this car is definitely faster than my R6. It also sounds very amazing because this is a V8 engine, unlike compared to the inline-4. Definitely there will be some difference in the engine note and the exhaust sound. And there's an auto bleep function when you try to downshift. So right now I'm using the pedal shift to downshift. And it sounds really great. And the brake performance is really good. The braking power is decent, and being the fact that there's a 8-port brake caliper at the front, and with such a powerful engine, you really need a powerful brake to slow down your car. So I'm able to shift the car by using this gear knob. The overall feel is pretty good. It's very smooth. And the steering feel is very heavy. So you can feel that the car is very stable when you're driving at a really fast speed. And here is my favorite corners. Shit. Ow. And this car is pretty selfish because it's a two-seater sports car, so you can't really ferry anyone behind you. So if you're driving to work and during lunch, so you can only ferry one of your colleagues for lunch. You can't ferry other colleagues for lunch. So this is the reason why the Nissan GT-R and the Maserati are much more popular in Singapore, because there are seats at the back of the driver's seat, so you can ferry more people. So if you were to ask me, is this Audi R8 a practical car? I would say no. So just by the look of the car, it makes you feel that the car is very wide. Indeed, the car is very wide. It's like occupying the whole lane when I'm driving on the road. Like I mentioned earlier, the overall feel is very good. It's very stable. Just that the transmission shift is pretty laggy. So there's a delay when the transmission shift. The transmission will take about 1 second to shift. So the response is pretty slow. And this Audi R8 is running on a single clutch 6-speed transmission. It's not those DSG dual clutch transmission where the shift is very responsive and the shift is very fast. And right now I'm making a U-turn. And the turning radius for this Audi R8 is pretty small. Just by the look, the car looks big and wide, and it will make you feel that the car turning radius will be big, and it's actually not big at all. And I think my Endeavour Forte has a wider turning radius as compared to this Audi R8. Right now I'll be doing a wide open throttle. Wow. The car is so stable and so powerful. Wow. Yep. So fun to drive. And the car is really planted on the road. So if I have the money, I don't think I'll buy this Audi R8 because it's not practical at all. And with the money, I would rather to go for the GT-R. Anyway, it's the individual preference. Because some people might prefer this Audi R8 and other might prefer other supercar. The shift is pretty laggy, so right now let me show you guys. Okay, so right now I'm in the stationary position, and once you're in the manual mode, you just have to tap this to the left and it will shift itself to the automatic mode. And right now, let me show you guys how jerky the shift is. So right now, let's go. There's no car. Gear 1, Gear 2, Gear 3. There's so much head movement when the transmission shifts. So it's pretty uncomfortable when the transmission shifts. It's quite jerky at all. It's quite jerky, I would say. Second gear, third gear. Alright guys, so I've done with the driving and it's so fun. So with a 4.2 litre V8 engine, it produced 420 horsepower, which is pretty overkill in Singapore. Do you really need such a high horsepower car in Singapore? And right now, let me show you guys the trunk space of this Audi R8. Just open up here. And the trunk space is pretty small. I don't think you can fit a regular size luggage in the trunk. So the maximum luggage size you can fit is only the cabin size luggage. And usually for a normal car, the engine is located at the front of the car, and the engine of this Audi R8 is located at the back of the car, which is just right over here. So right now, let me open up the engine cover. So in order to open up the engine cover, there's a button which you have to lift up. Okay, and then you're able to lift up the engine cover. So this is a 4.2 V8 engine, and I don't have much knowledge about the V8 engine. So just by the look of the engine bay, I believe this is the airbox, the throttle body, and the air intake manifold. And the red color thing is the initial coil. So there are 4 cylinders on the right and 4 cylinders on the left. And I believe one of the reasons why the Audi manufacturer has designed the engine cover with a glass is for people to look through, to adore the look of the engine. So right now, let me close the engine cover. So even from outside, you are able to see the engine bay, just like a piece of art. So this car has an active spoiler, so you are able to lift up the spoiler just by pressing the button. So let me insert the key. The button's here. Just go to press once, and then the spoiler will lift up, and you're able to change the angle of the spoiler. You just have to press the button one more time. And right now, the angle of the spoiler is pretty even to the ground. And I'm not sure how much downforce will the spoiler create. And probably just for the look the sportier look of the car. This is so fun! Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I had the car for almost the whole day. I had lots of fun with this Audi R8. It has a very powerful engine, and one thing that I don't really like about this Audi R8 is the transmission. The way how the transmission shift is very laggy and jerky. But other than that, I'm very satisfied with the performance and the handling. And once again, I would like to shout out to Nico and Zave for making this happen. Thank you so much. So any of the supercar owner who are watching this video, if you are keen to let me drive a car to do some photo shoots and video shoots, you can drop me a DM on my IG or comment down below. And right now it's late, I got to return the car back to Zave, and before that I'll need to fill up the tank. Okay, need to open up the fuel cap. Alright guys, so I filled up the tank and I'm ready to return the car back to Zave. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and do remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, ride safe, drive safe, and bye!